सेक्शन 304 पनिशमेंट फॉर कल्पेबल होमिसाइड नॉट अमाउंटिंग टू मर्डर whoever whoever committing culpable homicide not amounting to murder shall be punished with imprisonment for life or imprisonment for neither description for a term which may extend to 10 years and shall also be liable to fine if the act by which the death is caused is done with the intention of the causing death or of causing such bodily injury as in likely to cause death likely to cause death हो गया likely to cause death or with imprisonment for neither description for a term which may extend to 10 year or with fine or with both if the act is done with the knowledge that it is likely to be cause death, but without any intention to cause death or to cause such bodily injury as is likely to cause death. Likely to cause death classification of offense. Punishment imprisonment for life or imprisonment for 10 year and cognizable non billable trial by the court of the session non compoundable हो गया नॉन कंपाउंडेबल कमेंट applicability of the section 304 part second necessary requirement हो गया necessary requirement alteration of conviction alteration of conviction 304 a causing death by negligence 304 a causing death by negligence whoever caused the death of in any person by doing any rash or negligent act not amounting to be culpable homicide shall be punished with imprisonment of the neither description for a term which may extend to 2 year or with fine with both हो गया fine with amended हो गया 304 causing death by negligence मतलब पनिशमेंट इम्प्रिजमेंट फॉर 2 year और फाइन और बोथ कॉग्निजेबल बिलेबल ट्रायल बाय मैजिस्ट्रेट ऑफ द फर्स्ट क्लास नॉन कंपाउंडेबल ये 304 ए के बाद हो गया 304 बी डोरी डेथ हो गया where the death of a woman is caused by any burn or bodily injury or occur otherwise than under normal circumstance with 7 year of her marriage and it is shown that soon before her death she was subjected to cruelty or harassment by her husband or any relative of her husband for or even connection with any demand for dowry such death shall be called dowry death and such husband or relative shall be demand to have cause her death हो गया cause her death explanation number for the purpose of this subsection dowry shall have the same meaning in a section 2 of the Dowry Prohibition Act 1961 2861 हो गया to whoever commit dowry death shall be punished with imprisonment for a term which shall not be less than 7 years but which may be extended to the imprisonment for life punishment imprisonment of the not less than the 7 year but which may be extended to imprisonment for life cognizable non bailable trial by the court of the session non compoundable हो गया ability of the legal presumption necessary requirement essential ingredient expressed soon before a death meaning of this a death meaning presumption applicability हो गया applicability presumption applicability हो गया presumption applicability हो गया unnatural death 305 abandonment of suicide of the child or innocent person हो गया 306 Abandonment of suicide. Abandonment of suicide. If any person commits suicide, whoever abet the commission of such suicide shall be punished with imprisonment of neither distinction for a term which may be extended to 10 years and shall also be liable to fine. Shall also be liable to fine हो गया. Punishment imprisonment for the 10 year and fine cognizable non bailable trial by the court session non compoundable. Non compoundable हो गया. Non compoundable abandonment of attempt to commit suicide. Comment to abandonment of the attempt to commit suicide. Abandonment of suicide. Abandonment of the suicide हो गया. Euthanasia. Euthanasia. Difference between the active and passive euthanasia. Difference between active and passive euthanasia is that in a active euthanasia something is done to end the parent life while in passive euthanasia something is not done that would have preserved the parent life. Passive euthanasia is withdrawing medical treatment within a deliberately intention of the causing the parent death. हो गया parent death in a parental passive euthanasia is withdraw medical treatment with deliberate intention of the causing the parent death. हो गया parent death. 307 हो गया सेक्शन 307 अटेम्प्ट टू मर्डर. 307 attempt to murder. Whoever does any act with such intention or knowledge and under such circumstance that if he by that act cause death he would be guilty of the murder shall be punished with हो गया shall be punished with imprisonment of neither distinction for a term which may extend to 10 years and shall also be liable to fine. Shall also be liable to fine हो गया. Shall also be liable to fine and if hurt is caused any person by such act or offender shall be liable neither of the imprisonment for life or such punishment it is here in before mentioned attempt to life convict. Attempt हो गया. 307 हो गया. लाइव कन्वेसेट हो गया. उसके बाद 308 अटेम्प्ट टू कमिट कल्पेबल होमिसाइड हो गया. अटेम्प्ट टू कमिट कल्पेबल होमिसाइड हो गया. 309 अटेम्प्ट टू कमिट सुसाइड. 309 attempt to commit suicide. Attempt to commit suicide and does any act toward the commission of such offense shall be punished with simple imprisonment for a term which may be extended to 1 year. 310 हो गया ठग. 310 क्या हो गया ठग. Whoever at any time after the passing of this act shall have been habitual associated with any other or other for purpose of the committing robbery or child stealing any mean of any complaints within murder is a thug. 311 हो गया punishment. 311 punishment. Thug shall also be punished with imprisonment for the life and also be liable to fine. 312 causing miscarriage. Whoever voluntarily cause a woman with a child to miscarry shall, if such miscarriage be not caused in good faith for purpose of the saving the life of the woman. Section 349 force. Force a person is said to be use force to another if he cause motion, change of motion or succession of motion to that other or if he caused to any substance such motion or change of motion or sexcitation of motion has bring that substance into contact with any part of that other body or with anything which that other is wearing or carrying or with anything so situated situated that such contract effect that the other sense of the feeling full stop providing that the person causing the motion or changing of motion cessation of cessation of motion cause that motion change of motion or cessation of motion in one of the three away herein after prescribe herein after describe first by this own bodily power, secondly by disposing any substance in such a manner that the motion or change or cessation of motion take place without any further act on this part or in part of the any other person. Thirdly, any introducing any animal to move to change its motion over to says to move 350 criminal force 350 क्या हुआ criminal force whoever intentionally use force to any person without that person consent in order to the committing of any offense or intending by the use of such force to cause or knowing it to be likely that by the use of such force he will cause injury, fear, or annoyance to the person to whom the force is used. Is said to be use criminal force to that other. Criminal force to that other. Criminal force to that other हो गया criminal force to that other हो गया 351 section 351 assault whoever make any gesture GESTURE a gesture or any preparation intending or knocking it to be likely that such gesture or preparation will cause any person apprehend present to apprehend that he who make the gesture or preparation is about to use criminal force to that person is said to be commit in assault explanation mere word do not amount to in assault full stop but the word which a person use may be given this gesture or preparation such in meaning as many make whose gesture or preparation amount to be assault mount to be assault 352 punishment for assault or criminal force otherwise than in grave provocation हो गया grave provocation 353 assault or criminal force to deter public servant from the discharge of this duty हो गया discharge of this duty 354 assault or criminal force to women with intent to outrage her modesty 354 क्या कहता है assault or criminal force to the woman with intent to the outrage her modesty whoever assault or use criminal force to any woman intending to outrage or knowing it to be likely that he will thereby outrage her modesty shall be punished with imprisonment of the neither description for a term which shall not be less than 1 year but which may be extended to 5 years and shall also be liable to fine हो गया punishment imprisonment for 1 year which may be extended to 5 years and with fine cognizable non bailable trial by the magistrate हो गया trial by the छत्तीसगढ़ मध्य प्रदेश उड़ीसा इंग्रेडिएंट उसके बाद 354 सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट एंड पनिशमेंट फॉर सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट हो गया सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट 354 बी assault or use of the criminal force to women with intent to disrobe section 354 सी वोलरिज्म वोकेलरिज्म, वोलेरिज्म हो गया, VYEUR वैकेरिज्म हो गया, ओएकेरिज्म हो गया। 354 डी स्टॉकिंग, 300